Hi, I'm Rachel Walden. I'm the Arts Communication and Technology Career Specialist in the Office of Career and Professional Development. This is the first video in a series of 5 that will cover the 5-step job search strategy guide. In this series, we will discuss how to prepare your professional brand, how to narrow your focus, how to build your network, how to do the thing you want to do, and how to apply. This is the first step of the series. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about our team and how we are here to support you. We are here to support students develop their career plans and pursue and achieve their career goals. We do this through a variety of ways. We are available for individual career coaching appointments to discuss your individualized search. So while this series will cover tips that are targeted towards this career cluster, every search is different, and we want to make sure that we're connecting you with the information and resources that will help you succeed. You can schedule individual appointments through Handshake, through the Launchpad in My Belmont. Click on the icon, log in, click on Career Center, and then Appointments, and you will automatically be connected to your career specialist calendar to select a time. You can also upload your professional documents to Handshake for review and feedback over email. Maybe you're still exploring what it is you want to do. We're happy to discuss that with you and provide you with career assessments or information and resources to help you make that decision. We utilize Handshake for job and internship postings. Employers off-campus connect to share opportunities there. We're also here to help you connect with alumni and employers, and later in this series, we'll talk more about networking and having career conversations and how to get connected in your field of interest. Maybe you want to go to graduate school, and we are here to help with that as well. Step 1, prepare your professional brand. There are a couple things that go into preparing your professional brand for the job search. The first is documents, and this includes your resume, cover letters, and references. First is your resume. This is the most important piece that you can have going into a search, because most employers will expect that you have one, and they will also expect that it's not a generic resume that lists every single thing you've ever done. They're looking for it to be tailored to their specific opportunity. So put yourself in the eyes of the reader. What would you like to see if you were hiring for a particular position? You would want to see the experience and skills that align with what the employer is looking for. So considering that is really important. The other thing is you want it to be organized well. So many of you are in creative fields, and it's nice to have a little flair, a little color on your resume. You can make it your own, but the most important thing is that it's clean, easy to read, and it's tailored. You want it to be formatted well without any grammatical or spelling errors. You should start each section using third person, so no personal pronouns. You want to avoid including high school information in your education section. Your current university should be first, so that is Belmont. If you are a graduate student, then also that would be first, and then your previous bachelor's degree would be below that. You can leave off high school and any information about schools that you might have transferred from. You want to make sure to spell out your degree, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, and then list your major or majors. You can also add your minor. Below education is also a nice place to put study abroad if that's relevant to you. You see that this is a one-page document. We typically recommend sticking to one page for clarity and so that the employer is not scrolling through multiple pages trying to figure out what it is that you have done and why you're interested in their position. You'll see that there's relevant experience and other experience. Typically, you will see work experience or just an experience section, but the employer, again, wants to see what you've done that's relevant. Within this section, you can include internships, jobs, student leadership experience, class projects, and volunteer experience. Any of those could be relevant to what you are wanting to do. You want to keep the format the same throughout, including the company name, job title, location, and dates. And you want this section to be in reverse chronological order with the most recent first. The bullet points are really important. This is where the employer is going to see what you've done and how it relates to their needs. When you can quantify, that's great. Provide full detail about the things that you did, what were your accomplishments, and what were your tasks in that role. Then you can move on and list other experience. Maybe you've had some part-time jobs through school. It's still great to list those because you're gaining transferable skills, even in something like scooping ice cream, because you're providing excellent customer service. You can then list student leadership experience, volunteer experience, and anything else that might be relevant to your particular field. Finally, you definitely want to list a skills section. So this is where you're going to focus on relevant technical skills, foreign language skills, and anything else that relates directly to your profession. A couple other things to note: we always advise not to include a picture. Save and send as a PDF, and when you upload to Handshake, it will need to be a PDF, and avoid using references on your resume. Something else I see quite frequently is a second blank page. You want to delete that before you apply. Always proofread, have a friend look over it, have one of your career specialists look over it. That's what we're here for. Your cover letter. This is an important piece of the application because it allows you to elaborate on your resume and explain to the employer, first of all, why you're interested in the particular role, what skills and experience you're bringing to the table that are relevant, and why you're interested in that particular company. What is it about the employer that drew you to apply? Employers want to hire people who want to work for them. And then closing out, thanking them for their time reviewing your application. References should be listed on a separate page. These should be individuals that you've worked with professionally, or you've had as a professor, or you've worked with through volunteer experience, or potentially a student organization advisor. So those who know you well and can attest to your skills and work ethic. You want to list their full contact information so that the employer can get in touch. But the first step is asking these individuals if they were willing to serve as a reference for you and giving them a little bit of information about what it is you're applying for. It's great if you can send them your resume too, so they have some ideas, something that they can touch on when they're talking with the employer. The second piece of the puzzle is your online presence. So this includes LinkedIn, social media, also includes online portfolios, which is something that's very common. And it's great because it's just an additional marketing piece that helps you build your brand. Employers do look at your social media, so think about not only does it look professional, but how do your profiles align with your professional brand? Maybe you are using them professionally. There's many different ways that students utilize social media. Public relations, you might be on Twitter tweeting about different things that are happening publicity-wise. You might have an Instagram where you feature your artwork that you might want to be selling, but you're also showcasing the work that you're doing. Maybe you're a musician and you have a website or other social media page where you're showing videos of the amazing work that you've done. You might also use social media for networking and professional purposes. This can be through a variety of platforms. The most common one is LinkedIn. And we're going to talk about that a little bit today, and then further on when we talk about networking and getting connected. There are other sites like professional association websites that are great for learning about other networking opportunities offline, and some that might have an online portfolio or online platform as well where you can connect with other people in your field. A few tips for LinkedIn: make sure your profile is complete. Have a profile picture, experience, education. You want to talk about similar things that are on your resume. The great thing about LinkedIn is you can also add media. So you can link to your online portfolio. You can add a press release that you've written. You can upload a video that you've worked on. You can really showcase the work that you've done. Maybe you have a GitHub that you want to link to if you're in the tech space. Then you want to only connect with those you know. So start with the people that you know well, classmates, professors, people that you've worked for, just anyone in your network, because the more people you're connected to, the more second-degree connections you'll be able to see. A few things with LinkedIn: you want to have a professional headshot. It does not have to be taken by a professional photographer. You can have a friend walk outside with you, stand in front of one of the lovely buildings on campus and smile. You want it to be just your face. You can add a tailored tagline at the top instead of it automatically filling in your most recent position. And then you can also, like I mentioned, add media and build your connections there, and that will be handy for the networking piece later. There's a common misconception that all you have to do in the search is just, I've updated my resume and created my LinkedIn accounts. I'm all set and I never have to revisit them. It's not true. These should be revisited frequently because they're works in progress. And as you gain additional skills and experience, it's great to go ahead and add them on your resume because later on you'll thank yourself. It's easy to forget some of the accomplishments you had in different roles. So it's nice to capture those and go ahead and add them as you gain them. Stay tuned for step 2.